So after college, Caitlin decided to move to Chicago.
I somehow convinced Caitlin to move from Seattle to Chicago after spending almost the first 2 years out of college away from one another, and we remained roommates for the entirety of Caitlin's time in Chicago.
But by now, Caitlin was traveling, and this travel group included Mike.
We go to South America together, we drink wine, we eat steak, we explore waterfalls in Argentina. It was a lot of fun. And a few months later, we decide to do it again. This time we go to Eastern Europe.
As Caitlin embarked on her second international trip with Mike, Rob, and Brian, love was in the air. And sorry, Rob, you had been replaced.
It was a few weeks after we got back where Mike looked at me and he said, I want to give this Caitlin thing a try. So romantic.
Caitlin had another big decision to make, and that big decision was to move to New York.
I live here now. Stop.
By then it was clear that Mike was her focus, and she was going to go figure out if this guy was in it to win it.
Day 2 of Caitlin's move-in. Now we have to go and get blinds because it's 1,000,000 degrees.
It's very warm.
What else are we getting? A screw. Because I lost a screw on the subway.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Mike loves carrying my broom for me all through the streets of New York City.
Yeah, we're only carrying it like 20 blocks.
Oopsie.
Mike learned how much Caitlin enjoyed being at the lake. It's a place we have special memories for our entire family. Caitlin's been going there since she was a baby. She's always enjoyed the hikes, boat rides on the lake, and most importantly, taking me for water ski rides. So we're at Priest Lake. I came upstairs. Where are Caitlin and Mike? Kathy's there. Oh, they're on a hike. It's really early. 2 things. That's unusual. Caitlin doesn't mind a hike, but she doesn't go early. And we're still not sure if Mike really likes to hike at all. At that point, I looked at Kathy and I said, oh, might have been something I forgot to mention. Last fun fact. Priest Lake was also where Mike proposed to Caitlin.
It's 6:30 in the morning, going to the airport with just a few pieces of luggage.
That's so awkward.
Bring it back. Okay, look at each other. Good. Very nice.
It's gonna be embarrassing if you can't open it. I got it. Woo! Yay!
Go. You have 9 seconds
It was ridiculous.
Already was touching.
No touching. No touching.
Where did you find these?
They came in the suit. You didn't get any? It's Mike's phone too.
My friends, please stand. Let us pray as we begin. for Michael and Caitlin. Gracious and loving God, hear our prayers for Caitlin and Michael, for whom we give thanks on this day. With faith in each other and in you, they come to pledge their lives to one another in marriage. Today, you begin a long journey, a long and wonderful journey. Now, you've already tried it with as many countries as you possibly could, at least from the slideshow that I saw. But it is more than the countries. It is the journey into each other's hearts. And what we promise for you is that we will be here to support you. It is your day. It is the beginning of your life together, and it is your own. It is something altogether new that has never existed in the history of the world. And the two of you are creating it each day that you love each other, each day that you give yourselves to one another, each day that you become what you are promising to be today. In our Catholic tradition, we call marriage a sacrament. And again, sometimes people think that's about magic, but it's not. And it is an explanation of why we are here for you. Because today, you show us what God looks like. You show us in your love for each other. You show us in your fidelity to each other. You show us in the way that you perform that great miracle of giving yourselves to each other in love. Enough of me. Now let's put you to work. I invite you now to affirm your consent. Michael?
I, Michael, take you, Caitlin, to be my wife. Promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, to love you and honor you all the days of my life.
Caitlin.
I, Caitlin, take you, Michael, to be my husband. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, to love you and honor you all the days of my life.
My friends, we have witnessed this wonderful moment of joy and commitment. May it deepen our faith and fill us with joy through the gift of our loving God. And my brothers and sisters, let us welcome Michael and Caitlin Cott.
First of all, I'd like to thank PricewaterhouseCoopers for sponsoring this event and bringing everyone together tonight. So Mike and I first met in an accounting class at Lehigh in our sophomore year, when Mike and I would show up about 20 minutes early to the class, be the first two people before the professor, before anyone else got there, and Mike, being the social butterfly that he is, just never talked to me.
I met Caitlin in an elevator. Matthew had brought me along to his new apartment where he was moving in with Caitlin. As we squeezed the couch into the elevator, Caitlin had come down to help, and somehow there was only room for me and Caitlin and the couch.
But it was the next semester when Mike was a rush for my fraternity, where Mike very quickly stood out to me and all the other fraternity brothers as the guy who came with Trevor. And we really wanted Trevor to join the fraternity. And we didn't think he would do it without Mike, so we gave them both bits.
So to be honest, I was very nervous. However, Caitlin was immediately kind and our conversation was natural from the very beginning.
Now, I had met Caitlin a few times before, as her and Mike worked together, and she fit very well into our relationship, which was very important.
I love that Mike is easy to find among the Hilton clan. He is tall. Sorry, guys. I love you all.
Caitlin, no eye contact at the moment. Caitlin, without question, I recall your confidence, your poise, and your decisiveness. How about those Cougs?
The next 7 years, Caitlin has become the third sister. Go Zags. That I didn't know that I would want to have and couldn't imagine living without.
So Caitlin, I just want to say that you make my best friend so very happy. And I wish you guys a life of happiness together.
To Caitlin and Mike and the adventures that lie ahead. Cheers, we love you.
Caitlin and Mike, Your love, your dedication, your commitment to each other is so strong. We encourage you to never lose that focus and your dedication for one another.
So, enjoy the little things, whether it's Mike building the latest travel video, watching the Roomba, or building a new security camera, or Caitlin's love of adventure, planning the next trip, lake visits, or wanting to snuggle. Live in each moment, don't sweat the small stuff, and laugh a whole lot. We love you so much, and we can't wait to see where your love takes you.
It's time to go on our honeymoon. First stop, a plane for 30 hours.